On the night of August 31st, 2020, a horrific incident occurred that will be remembered in Sweden's history when an individual committed the disrespectful act of burning the Holy Quran, the sacred scripture of Islam. Following this heinous act, some Muslims expressed their grief and anger by staging protests, demonstrations, and expressing their emotions through various means. However, the Ahmadiyya community has always looked towards the teachings of our beloved Imam to guide us on the path forward. On the evening of August 29, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, held a virtual meeting with representatives from across the country, where he directed the Ahmadiyya community to take responsibility for informing the Swedish people about the beauty and magnificence of the Holy Quran. If we do so, no one would even think of committing such atrocities. Following Hazur's guidance, the Ahmadiyya community in Sweden initiated the practice of setting up stalls displaying the Quran in cities and towns across the country. To date, over 90 cities, both small and large, have witnessed the display of these stalls, encouraging people to come and ask what Allah has stated in the Quran. In 2023, despite continued efforts by some malicious individuals to burn the Quran, the Ahmadiyya community in Sweden obtained permission from the police to organize a peaceful manifestation across the country for 3 days. Recently, stalls were set up in the busiest places of 5 major Swedish cities: Stockholm, Gothenburg, Malmö, Kalmar, and Luleå.
By the grace of Allah, Jamaat Ahmadiyya Sweden has got the opportunity to defend the Quran in 5 cities. Right now we are in Stockholm, where you can see our stall. This stall has been positively met by the Swedish public. Both national and local TV, radio, and newspapers have given this coverage, and it has been appreciated by the people. And as you know, recently there have been many Quran burnings in Sweden, and Jamaat Ahmadiyya Sweden has been given the opportunity to defend the Holy Quran, which is an effort that is greatly appreciated by many people.
A team of volunteers was prepared and given thorough training to respond to various questions and engage in conversations. The media was promptly contacted and received a highly positive response. National and local TV channels, a national radio station, and 5 local radio stations broadcasted the news, and 2 Swedish Arabic media agencies published detailed articles with an audience of 2.5 million. Those who visited these stalls included numerous Swedish non-Muslim guests. They expressed a significant level of interest.
I think it's a fantastic good thing that you have both said and also take initiative to really to go out and have contact with people so they could ask questions and you can give answers. I think it's a horrible thing. US representative has condemned it, and I do it to many visitors to the big synagogues. Many pupils comes from the lower classes, but also the gymnasium. And I told them to burn books is not a part of free speech.
Today is the second day I am here. I think it is really good that you guys are standing out here. The fact that people can ask questions and you are handing out Qurans and other information, I think that is really good. I have actually read the Quran before. Even though I am not a believer, I still find religion very interesting. And everyone should be able to believe in what they want and practice what they want. And everyone should just be friends. I think it is really stupid, and I don't understand how you get to offend people. And I don't understand how freedom of expression can stand above freedom of religion or incitement against a group of people and the well-being of people in a country where they live, where they were raised. How can a man like that deign come here and burn holy scriptures? It's not okay regardless of who does it and what it's about. Instead, we can all just respect each other.
I
think it's really good that you bring this issue up so that we can have a dialogue about such things. We have to talk to each other to prevent conflict and violence. It can obviously lead to people being upset and becoming violent. Judicially speaking, it is a tricky question, but morally, it is unacceptable.
I am against any kind of book burning. All scriptures must be left in peace. It does not create any good. My thoughts say that this is completely idiotic. Anything like that, it does not belong to freedom of speech. It only creates complications and conflicts. Hate breeds no good, love does.
We need to show the Swedish people and society what Islam is. What happened is that politicians use the stereotypes against us. So we must try to show what Islam is in a peaceful way. The Prophet Muhammad, he came as a merciful for all the nations, not just for one nation. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, as God say in Quran. So we need to have a lot of love so you can communicate with others and show them what Islam, the really Islam is.
More than 170 Swedish guests received free copies of the Quran with its Swedish translation as a gift. MTA International, Sweden Studios.